Reason.
Yeah, man.
Sway fired up.
Better stop playing with us. This was before he was Reason TDE.
Yeah, man. We was
That's
out
what
there
I'm
slanging CDs to anybody that'll listen.
I remember that.
Slanging CDs to anybody that'll listen, man.
The free album.
Free album. Yeah, damn. That just really that just messed me up. I ain't gonna lie to you. That
took you back?
Yeah, man. I felt like I was literally back on stage with the hoodie and the jacket and every year. That's crazy.
We was talking about that before you walked in here because, you know, watching artists come up from like these beginning points, and I know that's not the day you started spitting, but just watching you, and I'm sure your team and your people with you make that effort. Yo, I'm gonna go down to Sway. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna try to get on stage. I couldn't sleep last night. Yo, we all in one room. We all in one van or one car, whatever the case may be. But when these opportunities come and all that preparation and the opportunity meets, it's beautiful. So for you to be back here today with all your accomplishments, with all your blessings, it's beautiful for us too. We're celebrating with you. Like it's
love.
So dope to hear that and to see where you are now. It's incredible, bro.
Nah, thank
Congrats,
you so much. And
real.
shout out to my boy Zaire. He goes by Porterhouse LA. He's a photographer. You was picking the artist, and he kind of like cheated me in line to be able to get, because it was like 500 artists out there waiting to rap for Sway. He was only picking like 15 of us, and my name wasn't called. And Z kind of like, you know, finessed it and whatnot, and got me in line and whatnot. And so shout out to him, because I would have never had that moment.
That moment was incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, music business and industry, this is before you knew who he was. I'm sorry if you're not connecting what this is. We had Reason on our show back. This was in 2017.
Crazy.
And he came and we gave artists from South by Southwest. We were giving artists from all over the world an opportunity to be on this platform and be heard in the world. And we knew that people who come on this show as independent artists can shine in such a way that you will no longer have to be an independent artist if you don't choose to. And after you came on this show, when did you sign the TDE?
What's crazy is literally like 3 months after that.
Come on.
I signed the TDE.
90 days.
3 months after that, I signed the TDE.
90 days.
90-day fiance.
And when I did that, I didn't know nobody at TDE or nothing like that. I literally did that. We came back home from South by Southwest. We was so turned and like lit off of that we threw a show, and then like a month later, and then that's when I met Musa, and then everything started to unfold and whatnot.
That's
so yeah,
bananas.
like 3 months after that, I signed the TDE.
And was TDE like a thought in your mind as a potential home?
Not at all, to be honest with you, because like yes, they were in LA, but like they weren't really signing anybody, you know what I mean? And so for me, I was kind of like trying to go to the labels that I saw that was picking people up. Like I actually thought I was going to be on Dreamville for a while, because I kept running into Eve. I ran into Eve like I gave Eve my music 5 times. So I kept running. I'm like, sooner or later, like this shit kind of got to work, you know what I mean? And it's even crazy because when we did the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 sessions, I had him type my email in, and the emails came up that was in his email and whatnot.
He saw them.
It was just unread. It's just
Damn. You know how that is.
But I know you get 1,000 emails of music. Like it ain't no.
That's better than red.
Yeah, it ain't. Yeah, I know if it was red, my spirit would have been hurt. But they was all black.
Wait a minute.
Well, what I do now, I just kind of press. You know, on the iPhone, you could just kind of press
and kind of see.
They can't see if you read it.
They can't see if you read it.
That's why I be bullying you, yo, because I ain't got no iPhone Reason. I'm still Android. Like you ain't answer my what's good. Which I just call them and just make them talk to me. But tell me about the mindset though of waiting in line. Like I was thinking about that because I was talking to Kalani yesterday about the process of auditioning for like actors and actresses and what's that's like. You go out there, you try your best. You don't know who's coming before you or after you.
Yeah.
But as an artist, you decided that day to go and wait in line.
Yeah.
What was you thinking the night before and just waiting there and seeing everybody around?
Well, it's funny because the night before I was like, man, I'm going to go over there, but I probably don't have a real chance. And then when my homeboy Z hit me, told me that he was doing photography, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to go over there. But it was overwhelming because when we got there, it's legitimately like 500 people in the building because you got to even get in the building. And then outside of the building, it was like 6,000 people. You know what I mean?
You talking about our show?
I'm talking about y'all.
Trying to get in. That's why I didn't want to skip that part because I remember walking up and thinking, yo, this is not.
Yeah, exactly. Because you had to get inside of the building to even be able to have a shot
they had
at
capacity
doing it.
limits at the venue.
Exactly. So it was it was like 6,000 people outside. I remember it like it was because it was a big moment for me. You know what I mean? And it was like 6,000 people outside. You had to even get in the building. So luckily I got in the building, and then when I got in, I just remember Z telling me, if you can get in here, like I'm a do whatever I got to do to get you on. And as an up and coming artist, that's why I'm so passionate about up and coming artists, because I understand it. Every moment as an up and coming artist, you think like it's your moment. Like you think like, wow, shit is gonna happen in order for you to get there. I remember being in Vegas and seeing Cole perform at Memorial Day weekend, and I'm thinking like, maybe he'll grab me on stage. Like, this nigga not about to grab me on stage. Doing a whole
but you staying ready
doing
though.
a whole set, yeah. But that's how you feel. You know what I mean? You right there, and you just want to make it so bad. And those are the moments to me that it keeps you going, because it is discouraging as an up and coming artist.
Sure.
But every moment like that you get, like it's almost like a milestone. It kind of pushes your spirit, to keep going. Yeah,
man, that's so dope.
I love this, man. Reason from TDE is here.
Yeah.
And I love this conversation. He got a new album out, Porches.
Congratulations.
Porches.
Thank you.
This album is crazy. I like your other albums too.
I appreciate it.
We were talking about the project New Beginnings.
Yeah.
And some of the tracks you had on it. We weren't able to talk about this when these projects came out. So but now I can hear your evolution. When I listen to tracks on New Beginnings, when I see the Sauce track with Vince Staples and Absol and some of the things you were asking for. Back then you said you was praying for better days.
Yeah.
You had a song called Better Days.
Yeah, I had a song called Better Days. That song literally changed my life. So I made Better Days when nobody was listening, like legitimately. And it's funny because it's a story about my cousin, and I learned life lessons with that, because I'm kind of talking about, I am talking about his personal life, but I didn't know that the song was going to be like a song later on that got 30 million streams, and I'm just writing. I'm just writing from my heart. And that song was literally the song. Every label meeting I had, I got it off of that song. Like every time I walked in front of an exec, I played that. So I didn't play the radio record. I played Better Days. Every time I got on a stage at a showcase where nobody knew who I was, I started with Better Days, because I just knew that was a song that was always gonna captivate people right off the back. You know what I mean? And that was actually like one of the reasons that song was one of the reasons why Top signed me. Yeah.
Was that on New Beginnings?
That was on There You Have It.
That was on the first one.
Yeah, that was on There You Have It. Yep.
That was a beautiful, and that's why Top signed you.
Yeah, and literally, like, I played that record, played a few other records, and Top was like, take it off of iTunes, we're gonna re-release it. And so we took There You Have It off of iTunes, reshot the cover, and then a year later, we thought we were gonna like add features to it and whatnot, and Top was like, nah, I want people to know why I signed you. I want it exactly how it is right now. Like, don't add nothing to it, don't mix it better, nothing, like, just put it back out exactly how it is. So the only thing we did was change the front cover, and that was it.
I love this, man. Reason is here. You talked about J. Cole. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I just like watching him.
Yeah, same.
Like, do what you do, man. Put them angel wings on and fly away, Mr. Hip Hop. Why didn't it happen with Dreamville, you think?
I just think that, like we were saying, like Eve was the one I kept running into, and I'm sure Eve gets 2,000 emails a day, you know what I mean, like off of artists, and but I would run into him at random places. Like I was eating at Bossa Nova one time, Eve walked in, you know what I mean? Like I was at a J. Cole show, I was using the bathroom, Eve walked in the bathroom, and every single time I ran into him, I just kept the same line, like, yo, huge fan of the label, like I do music, can I please have an email to send? Now I will say this, and I appreciate him for this. He was very consistent with not giving me a fake email. He always gave me the same email every single time. You know what I mean? And I just kept sending, and but nah, things work out how they supposed to, and it created that full circle moment for me too when I was at the Revenge of the Dreamers and got to chop it with him.
Maybe it was just confirmation from God, like you still on the right road.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, like,
you know what I mean?
I'm just giving you a heads up. You're still on that right road. Keep going.
Like you're gonna meet somebody that, and I always tell up and coming artists that is like you always are trying to meet like the person that changes your life, but a lot of times what happens is you meet the person that knows the person that changes your life. You know what I mean? Like it's rare that you meet the exact person that does everything first. You usually kind of get introduced to them by somebody else, and that's why it's always important as an up-and-coming artist to always put your best foot forward. Don't ever think that you above anything if you're not where you're supposed to be at yet, because you don't know. It might be a crowd of 20 people, but one of them is the nephew of whoever, something like, you know what I mean? Like, and you thinking that you above this because it's only 20 people there, not knowing who's actually in the room. You know what I mean? So always put your best foot forward.
Yo, this man done evolved since 2017. This ain't the same
That was a minute ago, Sway.
I've grown a little bit, man.
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, I've grown a little bit, man.
I love it.
Have you gotten your heart broken in this industry yet, in a sense? Because you speak about
100 times.
Yes.
Yeah, you go. Yeah,
I'm wondering, like, because even in this album with Porches,
Don't he look broken right now? around.
Shut up, I look distressed.
I'm trying to relax. We brought fish tacos. Yeah. You hungry?
I said I can't do that at 2:45 a.m. It's 7:45 in LA. So it's right. Yeah, my stomach ain't even woke up to have no fish tacos yet. Yeah. Well, they smell fire though.
We got them from our guy John, right?
Yes. Yeah, from Taste of Puebla downstairs.
Fire.
Best truck in front of Sirius XM.
For real.
No doubt. But I'm thinking about your photographer friend that you said looked out for you, Mans, at South by Southwest. Can you share a friend that you thought was Mans, and now that you're, excelling, actually disappointed you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have not a man, it's a woman, but I have a cousin that I grew up with. I'm not gonna say her name or whatever, but that was kind of like the first thing that I was like, wow, like people actually change, like, you know what I mean? And it was like we grew up together. Like her little brother is like my baby cousin. Like we were all like family, and she was doing some management into the industry and stuff like that, but never really wanted to help me, which was fine. I never felt a way about that. But then when I became like Reason, it was like, oh, this makes sense. We should do this. You know what I mean? And I gave her a shot at it, but it was like the entitlement and everything that came with that was just so overwhelming. And it was funny, we had a birthday party, and she came in the birthday party and she started calling me Reason, and that was when it was weird, because I'm like, I've been robbed my entire life to you.
Right.
Why all of a sudden am I Reason? You know what I mean? I actually talk about that on the album. It's a song called Gang Shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. I say on the album brother because I didn't want to just blast her, but it's out there now. But yeah, it's like it was an eye opener for me. You know what I mean? It was just like, wow, like I'm now Rob. I'm now Reason. You don't call me Rob. All of a sudden, like I'm your rapper cousin and not your little cousin that you've been knowing since, you know what I mean, I was born. So it happens. But luckily, I am blessed with a lot of close people around me that have not treated me like no type of different at all. And I love the circle I'm around for real.
Bro, it's your waves, dude. Your waves have been consistent since 2017. The familiarity,
That kind of look like LeBron.
You think he look like LeBron?
A little bit. You could be LeBron's cousin.
LeBron got the fake piece.
I ain't in that part.
Let's don't do that to LeBron.
Shout out to the king.
That's my brother, man.
Shout out to the king. Shout out to the king.
Just sit here in the beard. You could kind of be his little cousin.
Yeah.
So
Reason shot out.
Better get that Bron business
on everything.
Well, how's your business acumen?
Yeah.
How's that going?
That's going good. For me, I went to college before I got signed, so business-wise, I was always kind of aware of what I was stepping into, and I always knew, like, I'm one of them people, I don't come into any business situation thinking that I deserve everything. I assess, where I'm at, what leverage I have, different things like that. And I'm aware of what I do deserve and also what we can, ask for or bargain for and whatnot. So I'm very aware in that sense. There's some things that I've had to bite the bullet on because it was just too early for me, but it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Other things that I got the betterment of the situation. Yeah.
You know what I find interesting, because let's talk about TDE.
Yeah.
We won't go down that route that everybody been taking you down. Because it's obviously, if you read the headlines, there's been some conversations, you and Musa, friction, and frustrations that are common.
Yeah.
Right? These frustrations are common. It ain't a TDE thing.
Yeah.
It ain't a Reason thing. This is just the nature of the business.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens, right? It's a business thing.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, I always feel like as we started to evolve and mature in business, in this culture and business, it could be two different things.
1,000%.
How we have to learn to adjust when we're not properly aligned.
Yeah.
And so what I've been seeing lately is folks asking you about the friction.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the resolution.
Yeah.
How did you TDE as an artist, as a company, how do you see y'all moving forward with resolution? What kind of things have y'all been talking about? And what is your approach to that? Because that's your responsibility.
No, for sure. Yeah. For us, it was a nasty situation. But when I talked to Top, when I talked to Move, first we just got on the same baseline as far as respect to the situation. Like, let's get the personal conversations out the way. That way we can mend that and be able to have a good relationship moving forward and talking. And then the biggest thing after that was, Top cares about his artist. The artist's happiness is the most important thing for him. So it was one of those things where, if there's a situation where you stay or you go, whatever, I just want you to be happy. I'm going to make sure that that's the situation, but let's just get through the album rollout. So Top's biggest thing was, don't worry about the resolution right now. Let's get through the rollout because this music is incredible. We don't want to take away from what the music is. Like, let's get that done. Let's get the touring done. Let's get all of that done. And then we can come back and figure that part out and whatnot. And I respect Top a lot for that because, you know, it was something that I worked on this album for 3 years. And then it's the week of, and I'm like, damn, now my whole situation is about this and not these songs that I put together for, you know, this entire time. But I love and respect Top. He's always been the same person regardless, and you know, the fact that he cares about my happiness and us just being on the same page moving forward is all I can ask about. So
and I wanted to tap into that briefly, because we as a culture have to be I think open-minded and evolved enough to not just always focus on the friction. It's there. We could talk about it, but let's find a resolution. Let's start thinking bigger. Because some of these issues are 30, 40 years old, and we're handling them the same way.
We're handling them the same way. We haven't changed how we handle these issues, you know what I mean? And in some cases, you can even argue that some of these issues have gotten worse. And that's what I've spoken about a lot is like, you know, just because this is the way that the industry is doesn't mean it has to be. You know what I mean? We can find ways to do it in a different way, and that's kind of what I'm all about is just because the mode is there don't mean that mode doesn't need to be broken and us do something else, you know? So
I love this. Reason is here. Reason TDE.
Yes.
And we wear that with pride.
Wear it with the most pride.
That is a magnificent platform, a label that has changed lives and shifted culture, especially on the West Coast.
Man, greatest hip hop label in my opinion. Like for me, greatest hip hop label of all time.
C. Arson.
C. Arson. Carson in the house.
Carson in the house. Shout out to who's from Carson?
Solo. Shout out to Solo.
You ain't know, Sway. You ain't know.
Shout out to Razzcast.
He only care about Oakland.
Shout out to Absol.
We got a lot going on in Carson, man. We got actors, we got athletes, we got a lot of stuff going on.
We got a lot of stuff going on. Who I want to talk about some of these amazing songs. When I listen to your album, Porches, I've been through Carson. Me and King Tech used through parties in Carson, events. I feel like I'm in Carson.
Thank you. That was the goal. The goal was for it to feel like you were driving down. I remember when I listened to Good Kid, Mad City, and I remember literally feeling like I was in Compton. It was at a point in the album where I was like, yo, this is scary, especially because I was out of state at the time. And that's what I was hoping for this album is how can I take people exactly to where I grew up, you know what I mean? Like we got to use people that got the vernacular, that sound like they from where I'm from, that got the same slang and everything. So I appreciate that.
Oh no, man, it's a great album. We played the song too much, and in the parentheses when you see this song, Citizens, and all the things he was talking about, it says Melly Mel. When I first saw the song, I was like, oh shit, Melly Mel, he got a feature with Hip Hop 50. I thought oh, he got Melly Mel on the track. But it had nothing to do with the rapper Melly Mel.
It had nothing to do with the rapper Melly Mel. It's the homie Melvin that I grew up with, and we were in high school, and Melvin was a top 10 running back in the country. He was big deal, 6'4", 220. He was. This is around the time Reggie Bush and Lindell White was at USC. They was recruiting Melvin to come. You know what I mean? Like right after that, and big time running back. He goes to a party with some friends and a cousin. Somebody ends up getting killed at the party. Melvin ends up getting blamed for it, even though he didn't do it, and he knew what happened. But you know, from where we from, you can't speak on that.
Can't speak on it.
So he sat in jail for a year, lost all his scholarships, lost all the attention and whatnot, like missed out on the whole year of his life until they figured out the case. He just sat, and you know, of course, family didn't have enough money to bail him out. And the story is twofold. It's about Melvin and what he went through, but it's also about how we respond to trauma as black men, because the biggest thing is at the end of the song, I talked to Melvin on the phone and I asked him how it was going, and he just told me he was fine. You know what I mean? And I know he wasn't fine. This is a life-changing situation and whatnot. And I sent it to him before the album came out because I didn't want him to, like, if he would have told me to take it off the album, I would have took it off. And he was just like, thank you for telling that story, bro. Like, I feel like it matters now, because when I got out and moved on with my life, it just felt like nobody cared. Like that happened to me. It was the biggest thing for me, but nobody ever, we just moved on, you know what I mean? And so, shout out to him for being as brave and courageous as he was to get through that situation.
I don't know about that one.
You would have been up there.
I don't know if I would have been sitting in jail for no year.
Sway up.
We changing our business.
Just let you know.
Don't do nothing around me.
Don't do it around me.
Hell no.
Yeah, man.
But I get it. Another song that stands out to me, You Better.
Yeah.
Jesus Take the Wheel.
Yeah. I love You Better.
Especially the second verse, because you mentioned having black queen fetishes, natural body fetishes, and as we reflect,
round of applause for that, man. Round of applause for the black queens with natural bodies.
With a natural body, we becoming extinct.
Billy talk.
We love y'all.
That's why I had to take my highlighter and bring that to the forefront. Because as we reflect on how hip hop has grown over these 50 years, and we have made incredible history, but we've also had like some stumbles that we've normalized. We've normalized the glorification of toxic masculinity. You know what I mean? Perpetuating colorism specifically amongst women. You know, the objectification. For you, how has growing in this culture changed or assisted in how you view women now versus how you did when you first listened to hip-hop?
For me, it actually hasn't changed. I was raised by my mom and my sister. Those are like the strongest women I've ever met.
Yeah.
And
salute to them.
Yeah, all of my respect and honor for women, it comes directly from that. And so when I say that on the song, I genuinely mean it. Like I only date black women. And that's not a shout out to anybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I only date black women.
Original.
I don't like the new wave of, you know what I mean? Like, do whatever you want. I just always tell people, make sure you're safe. Like, I just think that's a lot to put on yourself, and a lot of risk to take over like something that like you can't take with you. It's just you know what I mean? Like, it's like when it's all said and done, like I have this saying that I always say, I'd be like, when we 60, ain't none of us gonna look like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we all gonna, so it's like to me, this is like is frivolous in comparison to who you actually are as a person. But my biggest thing is I'm not gonna judge you, but just be safe. But for me, that's not my cup of tea.
I like that. You like that chocolate? Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Original.
And of course, we all have messy moments, but I love that intention with it. Yeah. Are you in a relationship now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so, because in some other lyrics you mentioned about temptation.
Yeah.
And having to dodge that.
Yeah. That's always
what are some
like,
tactics?
Yeah.
That's not just the case for, male rappers.
Yeah.
That's males in general.
Tactics is take her with you.
Take your lady with you.
Take her with you.
You gotta take your lady with you.
Take her with you, man. Take her with you. Take her with you.
No, that's smart. And that goes back to being with someone you have a friendship with.
Yeah, it has to start there. It's like if you build a relationship with anybody, it got to start at a friendship level. If you jump straight into something right away, you don't really know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? So I always find it fascinating when people have had 10 exes by the time that they like 30. Like I'm like, you just jump in so fast, like, and that's the reason why it probably keeps failing. So you got to have that baseline.
Reason is here. Is that what the "I Don't Trust You" song is about?
Nah, so I don't trust you. Yes, I don't trust you. Yeah, I don't trust you is actually about when I was in my most toxic space in my life. I was single and I was just like, I don't want to have no type of connection with nobody, but I was still treating women incredible because like that's how my mom and them raised me. So I had a lot of situations where women would fall for me, but I'm just like, it's not that deep. And they're like, but you did this and this and that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, because I'm supposed to. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I treat everyone, actually.
Yeah, so it's kind of along that and talking about me kind of like coming into the industry and breaking into it and me just being focused on that. And Doechii has an incredible part on that record.
Yes,
too.
and this is a great song. I Don't Trust You. Kalani is my nephew over there. He just turned 21 over there. Reason
21.
He produces beats and he's an MC. And we were talking about your project and he wanted to ask you a question.
Gotcha.
Lonnie Light, that's his MC name.
Lonnie Light, what's the deal, brother?
What up, King? So I was watching the Take the Wheel video and I wanted to ask you about like the contrast in the message. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about Jesus, you got a gun on your lap. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to ask like how were you feeling about when you were doing that?
Yeah, for me, Jesus Take the Wheel, and that's what I like about this album is even the fun records have a purpose behind them, but Jesus Take the Wheel was about you like wanting peace in your life, but it's all this chaos around it. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm in the verse, I'm speaking to a girl like, I need an outlet, baby, bounce that. Like why you talking out your mouth, trick, baby, bounce that. Like, I'm just trying to have fun, but it's all this chaos around me, and my life is always chaotic. The last thing I need is for you to be bringing stress to it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel in danger sometimes. That's why it's the Glock take the lap, but Jesus take the wheel. Like, ultimately you put it in God's hands, and you hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
You tap into God, religion, faith, belief a lot. How were you brought up, and what are your thoughts now today?
Yeah, so the reason why I tap into it so much is because I was brought up shaky with it. You know what I mean? Like, I came up in the first school I was at, it was a Catholic school, but I wasn't Catholic. We just did it because my pops got a discount on the tuition, so he was like, nigga, we going here.
Sounds about right.
So I had to like dodge communion and shit, because he was like, don't do that. Like, don't do. He was like, but you know, they letting us slide on the tuition, so just keep going, but don't drink the little grape juice and shit like that. So
you didn't eat the crackers?
Yeah, I didn't. I was kind of like faking and whatnot.
You didn't eat the body of Christ?
Yeah.
Sway, be easy. You teetering on blasphemy, Sway.
No, I do.
But I grew up
Lord,
Christian.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
I grew up Christian, and then a lot of people don't know this. When I went to school on a basketball scholarship, I went to a Christian school, but at Christian colleges, they make you take a certain amount of different religious
courses.
Yeah, exactly, because it's considered a cult if they don't. If they only push one religion on you, it's considered a cult. So they make you study at least 5 different religions. That way you now have the freedom.
Well-rounded.
Yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah, and that like it changed how I was religiously, because I was like, wow, so all these religions got all of this, like specific things in common. The stories are different, but like the way you live was always like, there were certain things that was always aligned. And so, you know, it made me more spiritual than religious. It made me understand that this is all more about how you're supposed to live your life. You know what I mean? And you can pray and praise anybody that you want, just as long as your heart is in the right path and whatnot, and you live in life the correct way. I think that's the most important part of it. So,
yeah. We righteous, brother. Yeah. We on the same page. You know, the Muppets used to nod in agreement at the end of the show. Yeah. I love this, man. Reason is here. Yo, we're fascinated by this because we haven't seen this dude.
I'm about to say it's a long overdue conversation.
Long overdue conversation, man.
Happy for you, though.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been doing amazing work. I found out a lot about you on this album too. You overanalyze, man.
Yeah.
You're an overthinker.
Yeah, I say that in the outro. I say I'm the overthinking dramatic poster child.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a poster child for overthinking, it's me. The longer you let me sit with a situation, I'm gonna just keep thinking about every single outcome of it. Yeah.
What they call that, ruminate. You're gonna ruminate on it, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever? Can you think of a time where by doing that you got in your own way?
For sure.
Give an example.
I've actually done that, like with like my relationship with Musa. Like it's been times where like maybe me and Musa had a little friction, and Musa like he struggles to answer the phone. Everybody knows this. It's not like and so he won't like maybe answer a call or two, and now I'm over there. I'm like, damn, he don't want to answer because he don't want to talk. And I'm starting to think about all of these things, and now I'm kind of putting myself in a bad space. I'm not, creating and whatnot. And then I finally talked to him. He like, my bad, bro. I was at the movies with my son. I'm like,
you stressed the hell out. You ain't sleeping.
And I'm stressed. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm calling the homies like, this nigga ain't even talking to me right now, and this and that. You know what I mean. And then he answered the phone. He like, my bad. I was watching this movie with my son. What's up? And I'm like, well, now I feel stupid about the other shit. I don't even want to talk to you about what I want to talk to you about no more. Yeah.
So what has been like the lesson on how to break out of analysis paralysis?
Yeah, for me, I try to take my mind. I try to go do something else. So like whatever is bothering me, like I always tell myself, like with everything, control what you can control. So when I'm anxious about something, I ask myself, can I control it? Like, can like, even with like all these headlines that's been breaking out, a lot of people think that I like that. I'm like, no, that like my anxiety be
the friction with
TDE, because it's always being touched. So I'm like, my anxiety has been crazy for like the last 3 weeks, and I try to just breathe and tell myself, like, can you control them printed headlines? Can you control them touch? If you can't, like, just take yourself away from it and do something else.
Don't you you was gonna do?
Just ad-lib it.
Ad-lib, yeah.
Some ambiance.
Outro here, there.
Wait, can I ask a question about that? Matter of fact, 'cause I love the beats on the album, and I'm a big fan of just TDE as a brand and a label and everything like that. But I always wonder, because you're in a position where, as a new artist on a label and things like that, like, how does the beat selection happen? I know it's different for every label, depending on who the producers are and things like that. But do you get a pick, or do you like, hey, that one's for so and so, or is it just open for whatever you want to rock on?
Yeah, so it kind of varies. Like, there are times that producers pull up and they just drop like a 200 pack off, and it's like, they'll shout out to Cal Banks. He'll a lot of times go through those and separate and be like, oh, this sound like it's for Reason, Soul, and whatnot. So you have those times where there's a folder and they're separating it, but if you go through the whole folder, it's kind of like first come, first serve. You know what I mean? Wow. But then for me, I really value like my relationship with producers. So on this album specifically, that's what I wanted to focus on coming from New Beginnings is, okay, let me go outward for production. And shout out to Coleman. He's a artist. I mean, a producer. I call him Bigfoot because don't nobody know who he is, but he's on everything. Like all the biggest songs right now, he's going crazy. But
like what songs is he on?
He did I think it's called 95 South for Cole, the intro. He did Meltdown for Travis. I know the joint with Thug on there. Like he's been like Jack Harlow, Nail Tech. Like he's been going crazy. And so he actually did post production on like my entire album. So that's like my brother, that's my dog. And so he's super crazy with the keys and whatnot. But yeah, my production on there, they all the homies though, like Coleman, Hollywood Cole, Mike Hector, Devin Malik. We just signed him to the label. I can go on and on, but all the producers I have a personal relationship with, and I wanted to do it that way. That way it wasn't just an exchange. I didn't want it to be you send me a beat and I just rap over it. Like, let's build this record out together.
Wow. So, when you get signed to a label, is there like an orientation, kind of like when someone starts their new day at the job and they meet everyone at the office? Like, when do you meet everyone at the label, all the other artists?
My orientation for TDE was a studio session with J-Rock, and he drank damn near a whole fifth of Hennessy.
My man J-Rock, that's my brother right there.
Win.
Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah, I call him Henny Rock because whenever he drunk, he starts shaking your hands so hard. I'm like, God damn, Rock! Like,
oh my God,
that was my orientation.
That was J-Rock. Come on, man.
Session with J-Rock. Yeah.
J-Rock, one of the realest ever, brother.
Yeah,
I met him in the streets of L.A. And I love telling this story, and I don't care if I told it a million times, Heather. I met him in a.
I be complaining at work, Reason.
You just started looking down at your phone, like.
I was working on the beat.
Yeah.
At the time, King Tech and I was like, yo, any MCs in L.A., I'm gonna be on Slauson and something.
Yeah.
I'm from Oakland, so I didn't know what I was saying.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, right. And so I'm gonna be on Slauson and. Yeah. I was where I want to say in Boys in the Hood where Ice Cube and them pulled up in that that low rider. Whatever that name. I think I was South. Might have been South. So I don't know. Yeah. And I went out there. Just ignorant.
Unaware of the situation.
Unaware. I'm from Oakland. So I'm like, I'm just on hip hop community. I'll go out there. I'm standing on the corner. Yo, you rap? You MC?
That's crazy.
Yo.
That is crazy.
The whole shit, right? And I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You rap? And guess who popped up?
Rock walked up?
Rock walked up.
That's crazy.
Because he was way out of pocket in the neighborhood I was in. And he said that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
That's crazy.
And I think I recorded him. I played him on the beat.
That's fire.
I think, I'm not sure. This might have been pre-TD. I'm not sure when that was.
Yeah. It probably wasn't pre-TD. Rock is like
he been there.
He's like the grandfather of, not grandfather like he old, but like he's the first. He's the blueprint.
He's the alpha.
He is literally the blueprint of TDE. So it is no like before T, like that's Rock.
That's Rock.
That's Rock.
What about Ab-Soul? And he's like, did you reach out to? Do everybody communicate?
Yeah. I got a great relationship. Shout out to Soul. Soul, literally the day I signed, took me under his wing. Like he was just like, yo, dope. Yeah, you Delamo, I'm Delamo, you Carson, I'm Carson. Like
I love him.
Yeah, I'm rocking with you. And he was like, anything. He was like, I don't know you that well, but any advice you need, I'm here for you. He kind of laid into me after this last little situation. He was so talk like real, like a monk. He was like, Reason, cuz you can't really, you gotta, stay.
What do you say? Stay on
yeah, you know what I mean? So, but shout out to Solo. I love Solo to death.
But he reached out to you though.
Yeah. No, that's like my big brother, and I look to him for a lot of guidance. I hit him up all the time when I'm asking him, like, yo, should I do this? Like, you know, should I do that? He actually is the one that told me to go back and add post-production on the album. I played him the entire album, and he was like, this album is really dope, but it's missing those, you know, intertwining pieces and whatnot. And he was like, you know, I don't know who you're going to have do it, but you should find somebody. And that was when I reached out to Coleman, and we went back and added to the entire album.
Absolutely. He said, hey, man.
Solo.
Man, don't be out here fucking up the brand reason. TDE, argue behind closed doors,
King
bro.
of Carson, man. That's my dog.
I love it, man. We got Jordan on the line from Pennsylvania. Jordan, what up?
What up, Jordan?
Yay. What's up? This is Jordan from Oxford, Pennsylvania calling. Big fan of the show. First time caller, long
We got a first time caller. Hold up.
I appreciate that. Problem, in the morning. My question to Reason, man. I've been listening to this album, really getting into it, and my favorite song on there is A Broken Winter Break.
Yeah.
I love the storytelling on there. So my question is that story true on what happened, and what was the result of that story?
What's the story?
Yeah, thank you, bro. First off, for listening. Broken Winter Break is about it is true. It's my homeboy came home from winter break, and a lot of times when you go off to school on a scholarship or whatever the case may be, you enter a different world, and then when you come back, things are still the same. You get what I'm saying? And so my homeboy came back, he ended up getting robbed, but now he's a different person than he was when he left, and so he's facing the pressures of feeling like he gotta get back, but he really don't want to. It's not really that big of a deal for him, but the friends that he has around him is pressuring him to do that. So it's a true story. The only thing that was added in that story is that he doesn't have a little brother. But like I said, I like all my stories twofold. So I said the biggest thing is they forgot the little brother was sitting there on that porch. Because while they're doing all of this and talking and politicking and talking about going out and doing this to this person, the little brother is absorbing all of that and becoming that person. So I wanted to add that perspective to it, just as a kind of like a tidbit of understand who you're influencing when you're making these decisions. So yeah, everything in that story was true outside of the little brother, and ultimately he didn't go do nothing. He ended up just, you know, getting out of the situation and going back to school. He didn't, you know, go retaliate or nothing like that.
Yeah, that was a message for him.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
You don't want to be here. Keep moving forward. Hey, Jordan, great question. We appreciate you. You're a super citizen, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man, let's give a round of applause for Reason, man. This dude got 2 degrees.
Congrats.
He got 2 college degrees.
Yeah, man.
Shit. You put in more work than you rappers. Y'all didn't need a degree to write those whack rhymes. That's why your rhymes might be whack. You need a degree.
Yeah, you got to go get one.
Read, motherfucker. He had an $80,000.
Read.
Yo, he's about to go in.
He's about to go crazy.
Sway got mad.
I started getting mad. I've been trying to really manage.
Work on your
dumb bastard.
The last few years, I've been managing my responses. So my real true friends know I'll be up here faking it. Fuck them. I got Reason up here, man. Right? Worked an $80,000 job and was still broke.
Yes, still broke. Yeah.
He talks about that in what song? Too Much. Invested that money, part of the reason why he was broke, into himself.
Yeah. I put everything into the music. Every single check I got.
And all of this is because at some point in his life, he felt, I got what it takes to be a great artist.
Yeah.
Right? And he even stood the test of time. He went through a few obstacles, a few training courses. He even went through what we call preseason. You know, with us here at Sway in the Morning.
Yeah.
Because this is the big stage. This is the one that counts.
That part.
There are a few that count.
But this is the apex.
Thank you, Reason.
This is the apex for sure.
When you are educated and you read,
you use other words.
You use other words. And you have broader comprehension,
and
you see the bigger picture. Sometimes we get stuck, right? We get stagnant in our conversations. You see, you've been talking about the same shit for 3 weeks.
Man.
How many times you got to answer this question? We get stagnant. We see the trees, but what we don't see.
Yeah.
The forest, right? And so I want to say congratulations to you. This is an amazing album. It's called Porches.
Thank you.
I want the citizens to go out and all support this. This is something you can listen to with your kids and talk to them about things as well. You know, and he's done an excellent job. Weren't you on the Black Panther soundtrack too?
Yes, yes. Shout out to Dot.
Come on, he was on the Black Panther soundtrack. You work with Dreamville. You even been on Sway in the Morning.
Yeah, come on.
But the one thing you ain't did, you haven't been in the Valley of the Hyenas. 5 fingers, Reason. 5 fingers.
Yeah, man, we could have started with this. We could have started with this. So I've been waiting to come up here for a minute. That's why I told you I got to do the 5 fingers of death. I'm not gonna just rap for a minute 30 like these other niggas do.
I like it.
Yeah. Come on,
come in gunning.
But I needed them to hear your story.
Yeah,
too,
yeah, nah, for sure, for sure.
Plus,
Yeah.
I want to make sure you were not nervous. You know, and that anxiety you be suffering from. Want to make sure that didn't get in the way. Torch, how we look?
A brave soul has entered the arena, seeking to test their lyrical ability.
That's crazy to hear that right now.
5 beats will be chosen at random. No requests.
Here we go.
Welcome
Turn that
to
up,
the
Torch.
Sway in the Morning 5-finger freestyle challenge on Shade 45.
Reason, TDE, DB, drop a beat on him. Let's go.
Yeah. Check. Porches out now. So, look, check. Sway, that's how I planned it. Write a bunch of lines, ironic, get up my standards. The time it took me flying, ain't tripping, look where I landed. Latina model thick, giving head, teaching me Spanish. Buenos dias, for his own here, ain't no need to panic. They been sitting there sleeping on mamas and I can't stand it. Laid the foundation for costing niggas. I'm on a bent over backwards to do it. It's time that I fix my posture, pressure sitting on me snug. Swear they gon' remember me like handshakes, hugs. Like yeah, let me start my buzz. Top dog, middle child, racing through my blood. Barely notice all the hate, I've been too focused on the love. I've been working in the shows. Couple rap niggas that's mad that I fuck they bitches. I'm appalled, I was blown. Thought that we was bros, begging me to fuck her and throwing the pussy at me. It was probably never your way. Leaks in your persona, you too focused on the hoes. Wait, Gina cosign, this shit pressure, I can't fold. Wait, one and not the two, I done triple what I'm worth. While they was worried about they foes, drink a fifth and then I'm gone. Wait, ghetto when me left, nah, I can't live without it. That shit DNA is in me, tell the stories from them fields. Selling work to build, he was robbed but ain't give it up. DeMar Hamlin, nigga almost died over them bills. Wait, top dog, top flow, top bills, top shit. Talking really turn you niggas trend and get your top pick. Reeves here, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Loch Ness. Fuck 12, till I'm the only nigga they ain't shot yet. Little niggas steal in they pants like they shoplift. Coke flow, spit, create a key like a locksmith. Audi all electric, that's big. We come from nothing. Since I was a schoolboy, they only knew me from them buckets. Wait, ghetto, that's the sin in me. Tired of being slept on, that shit gon' kill me literally. Get into that eventually. Me and Ghost got symmetry. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, so you don't treat me identical. You losing your identity. Couple of my old hoes hate me because I shoot them. She should thank me. Russell Wilson, I done raised your little future. Gave him good dick and some status, been in perspective. I done grown above them hoes, I gotta be more selective. Too many rappers dying, we gotta be more protective. My niggas getting strong, that gotta be why we flexing. See the way you treat your team, boo-boo. Same way you niggas treat your queens, boo-boo. Look, I'm aware of my influence, know the power of my words, my pen controlling these niggas, that's your voodoo. Crazy, look, my aura all authentic, persona brought percentage. Think I'm one of you niggas, got me twisted on the dead homies. Yeah, look on the dead homies. We having fun with this shit. Look, I don't give a fuck about the politics of rap, my nigga. My nigga Liggins died and he ain't never coming back, my nigga. Honor niggas' names by running hard and lapping shit up. Krishan Rock, a big gap in the front. Look, I'm a West Wavy nigga. I get fly without flying. Get sex without buying. I get rich without dying. Made so much last year that I can save without trying. I done been through so much shit that I can spit without lying. Look, please, when debating who the best shit, several things. Drug addicts rapping my shit. Methamphetamine, take shots, let them squeeze. Brush it off, head of steam, dirty flow. Be Simone, never clean, I'm joking, queen. Honestly, all jokes look, I ain't extra. Think you beautiful and sexy on mamas, baby, you pressure. Plus it's too much division, we should all come build together. Forgiveness, rather be goated from hard work and my ethics. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it. Out here from a bucket, Grammy party, still ghetto, can feel them staring and judging. Oh, you gotta love it. My shit be over heads, but show us the Gucci look. Niggas still selling souls. Niggas rap about struggle when they in better homes. Lead the youth to violence and drugs to sell a song. I see the path that you walk in, just think it's better roads. Oh, you gotta love it, my shit cop for the feel. All this bottled up emotions really need to pop the seal. Meet a fan, take a flick, change his life off a real. All these perks in my life and I ain't never popped a pill. Like how you niggas forget the work. Like how you come to the party, but you forgot your beginnings. Can't be role models to fans, but they pay for your whips, driven to pay for your ice glisten. You niggas got me in awe. Change your whole soul for a music catalog, or change your whole world just to kick it with the stars. The comments from you niggas seem slanted, but most of these niggas planted. So it's granted y'all done got away with murder, and the least you could do is not push this gangster shit further. When mothers out here hurting, if I meet Coco Jones, can't help it, I get to flirting. It was never doubt in me, can't help it if I was certain real. Yeah, we at the home stretch. I want to also shout out all the artists beats I'm rapping on. These niggas is ghosting me, you feel me? JID, Buzz, Dot, Drake, 50, one of my favorites of all time and shit. So yeah, let's wrap this up. Yeah, check. Look, my brother keeper, no reaper gon' come my brother way. Boxing all these demons, they yelling out Ali Kumbaya. Lil niggas fighting and scrapping, do shit the humble way. Show respect after the fade, make sure my mother's safe. Might retaliate if I do too much and he fell away. Drive-bys, ducking them bullets, that's why I fuck with Sway. I done swayed so much in my lifetime. Pressures of a black man, pressures on them front line. Pressure on the family traditions from the colors of them gang signs. We ain't had no cameras, now the murders on our timeline. Where you from? Cousin Hood name, my only lifeline. Scared that if I say it, they make know I'm from the wrong side. Nice that I can't sleep at all. Pray to God, fear not. Lost his cousin right in front of eyes, like teardrops. Then tears drop. Tragic storm and how he lose his life at night. Now the home family mourning. How I carry all this trauma, still expected to be great. How my sins always big, mad that I can't keep my faith. How I'm fucking all these bitches, mad my girl all in my face. How I'm mad she draw conclusions, I'm the one that left the trace. Been too open, I need closure. Been too open, I need closure. She built different toxic traders, always thinking I can mold her. Life been throwing stones at me. No, I need to be bolder. I've been closed off, frozen. Feel this world is even colder. I've been surprised I ain't stumbled over words yet. Knew I was toxic from my third ex. The shadow's big that surround a nigga. I'm a goat in this group, just ain't been heard yet. I'm surprised I ain't stumbled over words yet. Yeah, felt I was toxic from my third ex. The shadow's big that surround a nigga. I'm a goat in this group, just ain't been heard yet. Thank you, Sway. That is a fucking dream come true. I swear to God, bro. My dog, my nigga. Yeah.
Just wow, y'all.
Make sure y'all go to Sway's Universe on YouTube and catch this at least 5 times.
Appreciate you.
Wow, man.
A lot of bars.
That's literally a bucket list thing for me. That's a dream come true. I can't tell you, bro.
Turn us up, Torey.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got chills right now.
Oh no, this was something else.
This is a bucket list moment for you.
This is a bucket list moment for me. I've been thinking about doing this shit for the longest. That's why I told you out there. I was like, this shit is so long overdue. I was like, I hope he ain't mad at me because I'm about to rap for 5 minutes. Like I've been waiting for this. I'm like,
almost 6.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope he ain't mad at me because I'm about to rap for 5. I've been waiting on this shit too long, man. For real.
No, I not only am I not mad, I'm appreciative.
Love
of your passion and your commitment to this culture, to your craft, but to this culture on a larger level. These are the moments that make me want to be a part of this culture.
Thank you, bro.
This feels the same way I felt
Yeah.
when Biggie rapped on our show.
That's love.
This feels the same way I felt when Jigga rapped on our show. Nas rapped on our show. When Kendrick rapped on our show.
Love.
It's the same feeling, man. And so this motherfucker right here, Reason,
Wow,
is the reason you should quit rapping. That's why his name is Reason.
wow.
Yeah, man. Talk to him, Sway.
Stop playing. I don't care if you don't come here because you scared to rap. Come here when you ready to rap.
That part.
Come here when you practice and your skills are up. Don't matter to me if you don't come no more. LL rapped on this show. Reason rapped on this show.
Yeah.
But if you are passionate and you got a love and you want to push this culture forward and you love to rap and talk about your artistry and evolve, come on up here. Practice it. Come on up. Let's have fun. This is hip hop. Give it up for Reason,
Watch
man.
this first, though. Don't just come. You gotta watch this first.
Yeah, because we're not doing elementary.
Okay, so you hear my team like that.
Yeah, no, we have arguments and fights with him.
Yeah.
I mostly lead him on Reason, but it's okay. But a bar needs to be set when you come certain places.
I agree.
We had a caller call here today and say their son just got into Harvard on a full scholarship. They had to put in the work to get to that point. It's a bar. When you hear certain things, you just can't show up. You got to be ready. People should watch this.
Yes,
honestly, you set a bar. not many people have come in here and set bars. You set a bar. Saha set a bar.
Yeah.
Nino Man set a bar.
King Los
set a bar.
Papoose
set a bar.
Yeah.
There's people. Yeah. Even King the other day with
King Hoodie.
King Hoodie with John Baptiste.
King Streets.
Del P. Certain people they said you have set a bar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your jersey is being lifted up.
That's love.
Right
That's
now.
love.
For 5 fingers of death. Well, we don't call it death no more, but for the 5 fingers.
For the 5
Remember when Childish Gambino came up here?
He said Donald
crazy.
Set a bar. He black.
Y'all don't remember Lupe came up here?
Man, I done seen all of them. Yeah, shout out to Lupe. That's one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Clearly, you've seen all of them.
Yeah, I've seen all. That's why I was.
I was gonna say, just to add on to what Heather was saying, they should watch this and watch your video from South by Southwest to see that you were ready back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like you did work like behind. It's like, I get on. Man. Like you were ready then, and you were even more ready now.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Damn.
Hey, man. You dope, man. Give that man a round of applause.
Thank you.
For real. You one of my favorites,
I
man.
don't be taking pictures with a lot of people.
Oh, my gosh. Get on. Come on, Heather.
Because this nigga about to be on the Grammys or some shit. And I'm going to be like, in my bar, I'll be like, nah, I ain't fanning. I'm respecting because what you did tells me, just like that young man from yesterday that drummer brought up. KP was his name?
Yeah, KP from Southwest Philly.
Got you.
Reason, like Sway and I we came into this industry, for me, in 1990.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot. And there's certain artists that come up here, I know that you working when you don't feel like working. I know that you working and writing when everybody sleep. Your whole team tired. You got other shit going on. That is something else.
That what he just did.
It's something else. There's certain people, it's very few that do it. So I respect it. It's not even, I just have an ultimate respect for what you did. And I was there, like DB said, when you first started. And to see that growth and that work you putting in behind the scenes, that's crazy to me. I just respect it.
Thank you. And for the bar conversation, it's like, y'all to me, y'all set this bar. Like, I don't understand how people come up here and not want to be. I'm being dead ass. I don't understand how people come in. You know what I mean? They on that type of time. Like, I'm in the hotel room going over it in my. You know what I mean? Because this is to me like these are the reasons why I started doing music. There's certain things that I grew up on, and I'm like, I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that. All of it is dope. The shows is cool. The fans is cool and whatnot. But there's just certain specific things that's priceless to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not slacking on none of that.
Not at all, man. This is reason right here, brother. I'm gonna tell you. This is in my top list right here, 5 fingers of death. Like I gotta go back and look at
Papoose. Because Sway be feeling sorry for people and saying, "Oh man, just come on up, man. I'm gonna give you a shot." I'll be like, "But we gotta sit here." Then the video come out, and then comments be like, Heather B be giving people the stink face. They suck. Like, I gotta sit here and Sway be gassing them, squinching his face.
Is that what I look like?
Yeah, y'all. That shit be making me and Tracy. Yeah. And I be looking foul and shit. Me and Tracy, I'm like, this nigga corny.
Yeah.
And I gotta sit here and go through this shit, fam. Y'all feel me?
Hey, man, I rock with Heather B, for real.
I just be trying to tell you what I'm saying, fam. And Sway be gassing them.
Yo, Reason.
I care. 10 on 3. Nigga be putting 10 on 3.
You want him to keep pushing.
Bro, let me tell you.
I'm on Heather B side though. I ain't going.
Whatever, Logo.
I want him to keep pushing too.
Yeah.
Push until you can get here.
Yeah, that part.
You got a few stops to make first. Not here.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
You be practicing here, my G.
That's crazy to practice at
Sway.
It'd be horrible too, man.
We practicing at Harvard.
For real. That's crazy.
And we've seen some horrible performances.
You got to take that to the community college. Yeah, you got to start there.
Then Sway involved. Then Sway involved. I'm telling everything. I'm snitching. I'm doing the opposite of your man. Then Sway. Then he got to bother the videographers and create surgery on the videos and cut out all the corny
everything.
Hey, yo.
Hold up. Bring that back.
Sway saving lives. Saving lives.
And I'm sitting there drowning.
Hey, you a good-hearted nigga, though. That's all that is. You a good-hearted nigga. Yeah, you a good-hearted nigga, bro. That's all that is. That's all that is.
See everybody win.
You a kind nigga.
You a kind nigga,
man.
Yo, that might have been the greatest compliment Thank you, Reason.
One thing I can say about Sway, boy. He's a kind nigga.
He's a kind nigga. It's a good-hearted man right there.
Good-hearted nigga. kind of motherfucking.
Nigga be jumping in the chair. I'm like, no. Stop jumping, nigga. Get this nigga out of here. I gotta go home. This shit. Yo, my man, I just appreciate you rapping. Not me.
Let me put the sunnies on.
Go home. Fuck out of here.
Yo,
and fuck your mans that be with you for telling you that shit is fire. That shit ain't fire, bro. I need a hose over here. You know what I'm saying? That shit sucks. Yo, man, I gotta go to work.
Okay, man. Yo, check out Heather B. She about to go to Urban View.
Yeah, Soul Food Thursday. We doing recipes. I got recipes for your boss. I'm cooking.
How you go from that to recipes?
Because it's a fact. I'm cooking channel 126. Be up. We up today.
That's the happy hour at WHB.
Yeah.
Yo, Reason. Yo, citizens, hip hop. Let's start protecting our folks, the ones that are making the difference, that are impactful. Let's not just tear them down. Let's not go for that low-hanging fruit every single time. If you're going to go for the low-hanging fruit, make sure you include some vegetables and some motherfucking caviar or something. You know, give it some balance, media. Stop being one-trick ponies. Put some care into this shit.
That part.
Care about it, damn it. And you'll ask other questions. And you don't have to repeat the questions that your peer asks.
That part.
That you think is a great question that's been answered already. Because it's controversial and you hoping your metrics rise up.
Why did you choose the name Reason? That type of shit. Trust me. I feel every word you're saying.
That question bothers me.
Most baseline question you could ask.
Why you choose the name Reason? Whatever the questions are, man, let's just make sure we rise to the occasion of the art. And that's with a person like you. Make sure you're sitting in the right spaces, because there's so much to celebrate about what you're putting and what you're creating. And we witnessed that today. That 5 fingers of death, that 5 fingers was amazing, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Well, he killed it, so technically it was the 5 fingers of death.
Oh, you did kill it. You murdered that. New album is called Porches. Yo, thank you, brother, for coming by.
Thank you, bro.
And the
appreciate
porch,
it. It's an honor.
Absolutely. In the porch, to me, metaphorically, is where you see and learn about the world.
Everything, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's your environment. Everything that you pick up is off the metaphorical porch.
Absolutely,
you
man.
a deep nigga, Sway.
Thank you.
You're a deep, good-hearted nigga, son.
Thank you, Reason. I think. All right. Shout out to your team, your fellas. Rico.
Yeah. My dog Miko. My dog Jay. Yep.
Jay? Okay, cool, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to TTE, man.
Can we get some more TTE sweaters, hoodies, like merch?
I'm gonna put it in the order, but all I can do is put it in the order. Ultimately, Tom got to push that button.
Tell Top I said what up.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Okay, tell Punch I said what up.
Definitely will.
Tell Punch to come up here and spit bars. Stop hiding.
Yeah, Punch for sure got to come up here.
Stop hiding, Punch. It don't count, Punch. Don't text us nothing. Quit sending it to Rob Markman. Come on up, brother.
That part.
Put it to the test. Reason, you're awesome. Thank you for coming by. We're happy for you, okay? We'll be back tomorrow. Citizens, anything you want to say in closing?
Nah, just listen.